On the Beat with Spencer Leigh.
BBC Radio Merseyside.
Hello, welcome to On the Beat, and thanks to Mike for another folk scene. And we've got a jukebox jury tonight, and the jukebox jury, we've got the panel of Joe Robinson, a Liverpool academic who's written a book called Journey into Beatledom, The Fabulosity of the Foursquare Golem. Paul Gallagher, the acting senior curator of urban history at the Museum of Liverpool. Diane McAvoy from the Beatles Story, and Alan Martin, who was recently on Mastermind answering questions on Paul Simon. Well, I wonder what his knowledge of Bonnie Raitt is like, because Bonnie Raitt's coming to the UK in May. She's going to be at the Bridgewater Hall on May the 26th, and this is her new album, Digging Deep. This is a song associated with Los Lobos, the Shakin' Shakin' Shakes. Joe Robinson, who's one of our panellists, he's written a book recently called Journey into Beatledom, The Fabulosity of the Foursquare Golem. And Joe, there have been hundreds of books on the Beatles, so how did you decide to approach it?
Right, yeah. Well, as you said, there have been over 6,000 physical books about the Beatles and 1,500 Kindle books. So you're competing against a lot of people. So I thought I'd do something which was a bit different. And hopefully this is a bit different. I read a book by Fritjof Capra, 1994, The Tower of Physics, in which Capra links quantum physics and Vedic philosophy and Indian philosophy. And, of course, the Beatles were interested in Indian philosophy. And then, so I started looking into it, and I found out that some of these quantum physicists, like, is it Niels Bohr, turned around and said, everything that you think is real is not real, he said. Now, what does that remind you of? And then there was John Wheeler, who was a colleague of his, who said that people need to walk round in a dream with their eyes open. And both of those are things that I think John Lennon later referred to in Strawberry Fields Forever. And when I looked into it, there were virtually a myriad of references, some of them very subtle, to quantum physics in the Beatles songs. So I thought, right, I'm going to write about that, and that's what I did.
Yeah. And did you find it was always John Lennon who was having these quotes, or could McCartney and Harrison do it as well?
Yeah, I mean, Harrison, Within You, Without You, there's a lot of subliminal stuff in there, which is not just Vedic, but which is quantum. And Paul McCartney, I mean, the song Here, There and Everywhere, although the lyrics don't reflect anything about quantum physics, the title does. The title could be, in a sense, a soundbite of what quantum physics is. That that reality is not only solid atoms and electrons, but sometimes it's a wave, and it's here, it's there, and it's everywhere.
Right. And do people have to have a knowledge of quantum physics to understand what is in your book?
No, I don't think so, to be honest, because it covers other themes as well.
To read it,
yeah. So, it's got steady sales, and I've had some good feedback, and Bill Harry's writing a series of articles on it at the moment on his website, so...
It'll give people an insight into Beatles that they've never really thought of before.
I think so. I think it's one of those things that, if you're going to tell the same story about the Beatles, you may as well not write that story, because it's been written 100 times. So I thought I'd have a bash at something a little bit different, and people have said to me it is different. So
okay, and this is available both as a Kindle and in hard copy.
Yeah, it's out in paperback now, and it's also available on Kindle. Yeah.
Okay, and I don't normally allow this, but I'll allow you. You give the website a plug if you like.
All right, yeah, it's BeatlesBooks.net. There you go.
Okay, thanks very much, Joe Robinson, and we return now to our jukebox jury.
France is celebrating BBC Get Creative Day on Saturday the 2nd of April by showcasing the charity Cinema...